There is a very good riddle right now for the Euro 2021. Not only are we talking about the crown symbolism that we've seen on Belgium, for example, if you want to talk about the English crown, for example, if you want to talk about the fact that it's going to be all kneeler affair over at London, England, you have England kneeling for the flag, you have Belgium kneeling for the flag and getting booed by the Russians. Romelu Lukaku is playing like one of the best players in the tournament. This guy could be a golden boot. This guy could win and tribute to Black Lives Matter and social justice and equality and these Jesuit values that he has personally as a practicing Catholic himself. Brexit is very true. The British Isles are not united with the rest of Europe. They're isolated. They are on the outside. They treat European people like second class citizens if they don't have their passports and treat them like you know first world criminals or something is what is happening in Great Britain, and they're not coming back. They're deeply divided. Brexit, not a part of the European Union. In the case, if that is what Brexit is going to be, then no nation from the British Isles is going to win the Euro. Zero. All of them in mainland Europe. Germany, Italy, Spain, France, Greece, Portugal, Yugoslavia. I think Czech Republic finished runner up. The Denmark won it, for example. There's another club that I'm not including Russia, the USSR. So all the winners of the Euro are going to be mainland countries. It's going to be the one from the capital where the EU's assembly meets at over at Brussels, and it's the European Union and globalism and change that is just taking the forefront of the world nowadays. Is that it's changing faster now more than ever than any time in human history. To be isolated from the rest of the world and the global economy, how is that going to hurt Great Britain? It may be the folks in the EU that may have be able to tell these guys that you've made a mistake, you've sacrificed your trade, you have to go jump right back into the European Union. And what if that is what the elite want? What if the conservatives over there in Great Britain were meant to ruin everything for their country on the international level? That is something to ponder for England. If they do not win a trophy before facing Argentina in the World Cup, then they can finish runner-up. England better not blow it against Germany because this is the weakest German side in years, and something tells me that the English are going to rally around George Floyd, and so will Belgium rallying around George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, kneeling for equality and social justice, and the fact that it's a golden generation that needs to win, and also for Belgium, you got Kevin De Bruyne losing the UEFA Champions League final. You get your N'Golo Kante storyline going there. That's what makes the semifinals good, is that it revolves around these two midfielders, N'Golo Kante and Kevin De Bruyne. What if De Bruyne shows gets some payback for the not being able to play for the entire Champions League final? So zero teams win the Euro. I think that's the Brexit symbolism. I think that will be taken in play. I mean, what if like England's like the last to win it? What if England jump back in the EU and that's when they win the Euros? So that they're united with the rest of their neighbors. Could ask for any better ending? If England hates on the players and the flag, they want them to lose because of the kneeling. They do not agree with the messaging at all with the kneeling in terms of establishing an oversight over policing of, peoples of color, minorities. I mean, they're not three black people. It can be any country where you see this unequal treatment of, people across different backgrounds by the police. And we see it in America. It comes down to the corporate sponsors. I feel is why you got players kneeling for their club, and they're not doing that for the country. So a lot of corporate advertisers are so, directing a narrative with that. So, you know, here, Brexit, I think it's a very good one. So, will they be singing as they're coming home or any of that? Or Belgium have played through the best and they can go ahead and knock off England in the final. I don't know how you say good luck in French or whatnot when you talk to your French, German speaking neighbors of Belgium. If you wish them well, if you lose to them against a greater enemy, England, France with nothing but to see England lose the final because two countries hate each other, and France didn't want to say hear anything about arrogant English people, but also these French people are pretty cocky too. So there's another dimension to that. I mean, everyone in England didn't think their team was going to do well this year, but France, it's like, yeah, it was so arrogant, man. I mean, you won the World Cup and all that, but what can you do? Is this going to be 2010, or are you going to take a slip back? Is it doing any better than you through the rest of the decade? Are you able to make it count throughout a long time is what you're asking for if you're on France. But then, of course, they'll be better than Belgium or whatnot. I mean, you can tell it's going to be good in 2022. Around the corner, it's 21. Next year's a really short time to come along. So nothing will change much before 2022. We'll get to start to know who's going to be the World Cup teams out there. Going to do very, very well. And, Netherlands have a great team in the future. Italy will have a great team in the future. I'd say France would probably still be able to be into the mix, and you can know your big guns out there. I mean, Germany going to look like they're going to try to stick along, and be a really tough outing for any team out there. It's something to look out for as we get through the next 4 years or so of international football.